Good day, everyone. Time now for weather news with J7409. The name you know, the news you can use. So let's see what it's looking like for the next couple of days as we check out the NAM model forecast map for the next 2 to 3 days. This is courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. Here we go. Now, low pressure, of course, is over the northeast, and it's going to lift northeastward into eastern Canada by this evening. Now, the system will produce rain over the northeast that will end overnight tonight. Now, a second area of low pressure over the Tennessee Valley is going to be moving northeastward to the northern mid-Atlantic coast by Friday night. Now, the storm will produce rain with embedded thunderstorms over parts of the Tennessee and lower Mississippi valleys that will move eastward to the southeast by this evening. Now, the precipitation will be showers and thunderstorms over parts of the southeast and rain extending from parts of the Tennessee, lower Mississippi valleys into the southern Ohio Valley and the mid-Atlantic. By tomorrow morning, an area of showers and thunderstorms is going to develop over parts of the mid-Atlantic coast, with rain extending from parts of the northern mid-Atlantic to parts of the southern mid-Atlantic. And by Friday evening, tomorrow evening, rain will move into northern New England, extending southward to parts of the southern mid-Atlantic. Now, for you guys up in the New England states, I know a lot of you still have snow and it's melting and you're going to get this rain. Please watch out for flooding. That's all I'm going to say. There is a good chance of flooding the further north you go, okay? Meanwhile, we got a front extending from the upper Great Lakes southwestward to the southern high plains and southern Rockies. Now, it's going to move eastward to the lower Great Lakes, to parts of the Tennessee Valley and lower Mississippi valleys by tomorrow evening. This boundary will produce rain over parts of the upper Mississippi Valley that will likewise move eastward to the lower Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, central Appalachians by tomorrow night into Saturday morning. In addition, we got a clipper system over south central Canada. Now, it's going to move southeastward to Illinois by tomorrow evening. The storm will begin to produce rain over parts of the upper Mississippi Valley overnight tonight. That will move into parts of the upper Great Lakes, Ohio Valley by tomorrow evening. And then, of course, we've got another front. It's going to move onshore over the west coast overnight tonight, advancing eastward to the northern Intermountain region to Southern California by tomorrow morning. Now, this system will begin to produce rain over parts of California by this evening. Overnight tonight, the rain will move into parts of the Pacific Northwest, Northern California, that will expand inland to parts of the northern Intermountain region overnight tomorrow. Temperatures today should be gee golly great for all of us, folks. Look at all these warm temperatures all around. Even all the way up into Minnesota and parts of Wisconsin, you guys should hit at least probably be in the 50s today. Parts of New York, wherever it's yellow, you will be in the mid-60s. Coming on down south, where it's orange, we should be in the 70s. And when it gets a little darker down in Florida, 80s. That's a hot spot. Of course, all down south and all around is looking very well. We got some rain going on in this area here, so it's going to take it a little bit to warm up, but you should warm up into the 60s today at least, okay? As we move farther west over in Arizona, parts of Southern California, this is a really hot danger spot for UV. I'll show you in a moment, but all in all, it looks like a pretty good day temperature-wise for all of us. Lows tonight aren't looking that bad at all either. Mostly everybody's going to be in the mid to upper 40s to the 50s for the most part. Okay, that's what it's looking like. Now, where it is yellow, that's in the 60s. And even over here where it's so hot right now, or going to be so hot today, you guys are probably going to be in the upper 60s to lower 70s. We do have a few cooler spots here in Colorado, and of course in Wyoming where it's blue, you guys are probably going to be in the 30s, mid to upper 30s. That's what it's looking like for you guys for nighttime lows tonight. Winds today. Well, we will have some winds today. This is what the steady wind should look like. Not bad at all. 5, 10, 15 miles per hour for the most part. Even less over in the mid-Atlantic going up north into Ohio and parts of Indiana where the shade's a little lighter, even less than that. Hardest sustained winds, that's not much, okay? Maybe 15 miles per hour as we get up into North and South Dakota, moving on down into Nebraska. The very tip handle of Oklahoma, where the wind gust should be for the hardest winds all day long today. Of course, we can see right here in Nebraska where it's up and shaded in red. Those wind gusts should be anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour. Nothing too drastic. Also, we got parts of Kansas and parts of Colorado, moving on down to the panhandle of Texas and over into New Mexico. A little early, I said it was raining over in the Tennessee areas and the states surrounding, and this is what it's looking like. For the precipitation probability today, the hardest rain, the most rain chance is going to be in South Carolina, Georgia, and Alabama. With, the lighter green, we still got a chance of some rain, but not a rain all day long. Everybody should, for the most part, have a pretty sunny day until later this afternoon. When this system starts to move through, the rain will begin. And I want to shout out to Be Friendly. Hey, Be Friendly. He was telling us the other day when I put up the pollen report, which you're looking at now for today, all of us who have problems to eat raw honey. That will help us. Thanks for that, Be Friendly. And so far as the pollen count goes, you can see what's happening right here. If you live in this area right in here, it's very high where it's brown, very high. And it's even higher in Virginia. Virginia, where the little red is there, that's the highest point on the whole map for pollen. Now, this is covering tree, grass, and weed pollen. This is all of them together, okay? It's really low if you go up north, like in New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, and really low up in parts of Maine. But for the most part, it's moderate all over the United States, except the very northern corridor. Very, very moderate, and in some places high, as you can see where the brown is, and it's very high over in Virginia. For all my truck driving and traveling friends, well, your travel weather today is looking pretty decent. Look at that. The whole United States is looking good. However, we do have this flooding problem going on in parts of Virginia, North Carolina, a little bit of northeastern South Carolina, and northern Georgia. We do have this flooding we have to keep in mind in those areas. Other than that, as we move towards the west and the Midwest, we've got some high winds going on, and this is happening from parts of Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, and the panhandle of Oklahoma. So that's high winds. Keep that in mind if you're out traveling across the U.S. today. And that's going to wrap it up for weather today with J7409. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to sub, share, comment, like, all those things you do. I love each and every one of you. I may not always get to answer every comment, but I try real hard, and you can bet I read them all. Much peace, love, and kindness to all of you. Everybody, have a wonderful day.